Welcome back to the Pokemon League World Championship as Taunie takes on Cynthia here in 2026. For Taunie we have Meowstic, Emboar, Avalugg, Feraligatr, Goodra and Mega Manectric. For Cynthia is Porygon Z, Togekiss by Lortic, Braviary, and the option of Mega Lucario or potentially Mega Garchomp. Leading with Emboar for Taunie, it is by Lortic, not a good lead. For Taunie there is Hydro Pump, does take Emboar down in one hit and gives Cynthia an early lead in this battle. Burn on my Lortic activating Marvel Scale there, in comes the Manectric. For Taunie it's Garchomp. For Cynthia, a great Intimidate into that Garchomp, but it is Thunderbolt aiming for my Lortic. Does no damage to the ground type. Hyper Voice, a decent hit into that Garchomp. A Manectric will actually take the Earthquake there, but another Hyper Voice will not be enough to finish Garchomp off. An Earthquake does take the Manectric down. Cynthia with a good lead here now, early on in this battle. In comes the Feraligatr. It's Porygon Z for Cynthia, gets the correct special attack boost from Download. And Thunderbolt is barely not enough to take Feraligatr down. Liquidation does not finish off the Porygon Z. A Scarf Porygon Z does take Feraligatr, does finish Feraligatr off. In comes the Goodra for Taunie. It is Togekiss for Cynthia, decent hit from Ice Beam there. Dazzling Gleam is a good hit into the Goodra. Citrus Berry healing Togekiss does take a second Ice Beam, but not the third from Goodra there. In comes the Garchomp now for Cynthia. Outrage does take Goodra down, but it will slow Garchomp down with Gooey. In comes the Avalugg now. Outrage into the Avalugg, of course Garchomp is locked in to this Outrage. Avalanche, the Archieberry will not help Garchomp take that hit. It is finished off from Avalanche from Avalugg there. In comes the Lucario. Mega Lucario does come out for Cynthia, and Close Combat does finish Avalugg off as Lucario does have its defenses dropped from Close Combat. In comes the Meowstic. Meteor Mash misses the Meowstic there as it's able to get the Thunder Wave off into Lucario as it switches into the Braviary now. Psychic, a third of Braviary's health gone. Thunderbolt not enough to finish Braviary off. And Brave Bird will take Braviary down. Meowstic barely survives. In comes the Porygon Z. This is a fast Porygon Z. It gets the wrong boost from Download, but Shadow Ball from very, very low health does finish Meowstic off. And Cynthia, despite losing a few Pokemon towards the end, did feel very much in control of this battle. Not a lot that Taunie could have done against Cynthia. I feel keeping Mega Manectric in against that Garchomp was just a blatant mistake from Taunie there. But it is Porygon Z that does finish this battle off. Mega Lucario did not really get to do much. He got a good knockout on Avalugg that did take Garchomp down. But at the end of the day, Cynthia just far too much, using all 6 of her Pokemon and getting 3 past Taunie with a fair amount of ease there.